Good afternoon. We are here today to announce that Rhode Island State Police has filed several new charges of first-degree sexual assault against James Glawson, age 74, of Exeter, Rhode Island. Mr. Glawson is the former assistant Catholic chaplain at a Boy Scout camp in Hopkinton, who was arrested last month. At that time, he was charged with sexually assaulting a disabled 18-year-old male on numerous occasions over a period of several years. When he was first arrested on February 14th, Mr. Glawson was charged with three counts of first-degree sexual assault and 1 count of second-degree sexual assault in that case. During the course of the ongoing criminal investigation, additional victims have come forward. As a result, 9 additional criminal charges were filed against Mr. Glawson earlier today. Specifically, he is charged with 8 counts of first-degree sexual assault. He is also charged with 1 count of possession of child pornography based on materials recovered during the course of the investigation. The alleged sexual assaults referenced in the charges filed today took place in the 1980s, during the period of time when Mr. Glawson was affiliated with the Boy Scouts of America. All 9 of these charges were filed against Mr. Glawson when he appeared in 4th District Court this morning for a status hearing on the original case. The original charges are still pending. He also was arraigned on the new charges. Associate Judge Madeline Quirk ordered Mr. Glawson to continue to be held without bail on these additional counts. As of today, Mr. Glawson now faces a total of 11 counts of first-degree sexual assault, 1 count of second-degree sexual assault, and 1 count of possession of child pornography. We have reason to believe that there could be additional victims and additional criminal charges are possible. I want to stress that this is an ongoing criminal investigation. We strongly encourage anyone with information and/or complaints to contact our Detective Division by calling 401-764-5346. Once again, 401-764-5346. We are working closely with the Rhode Island Attorney General to fully investigate this matter. The Diocese of Providence and the Boy Scouts of America have also been cooperating with our investigation. Mr. Glawson was affiliated with the Boy Scouts of America from 1980 through 2018, during which time he was also affiliated with the Yagu Scout Reservation, a summer camp in Hopkinton, Rhode Island. Mr. Glawson served as the assistant Catholic chaplain at St. John Bosco Chapel at that camp from 2012 to 2018. In addition to his role as an assistant chaplain at the Boy Scout camp, Mr. Glawson also been affiliated with St. Bernard Church in North Kingstown and the Immaculate Conception Church in Westerly, Rhode Island. I've invited Ms. Peg Langhammer, Executive Director of Day One, to say a few words. Day One is a support and advocacy group for victims of sexual abuse and violence. Ms. Langhammer will discuss resources available to alleged victims and others who may be impacted by this case. Ms. Langhammer.
Thank you. Thank you, Colonel. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Peg Langhammer, Executive Director of Day One, which you heard is a statewide organization that provides services for adult and child victims of sexual abuse throughout the entire Rhode Island community. So Day One works in partnership on a regular basis with the Rhode Island State Police, as well as all law enforcement agencies throughout the state, also the Attorney General's office, and we work to help victims navigate the criminal justice system if they choose to prosecute. But more importantly, we're here for all victims, regardless of what a victim chooses to do. And we want to get that across today. We know that it often takes years for victims to come forward and report to anyone. In fact, the average age in some cases of institutional abuse is 53. So we know that some perpetrators have many victims and that they don't stop until they are caught. We want you to know that no matter who assaulted you, no matter when it happened, we are here for you. You do not have to go through this alone. We have many options to offer, including counseling, support, advocacy, many services at Day One, and we'd like to hear from you, whoever you are. We can be reached at 401-421-4100 or at day1ri.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Langham. Again, I want to stress this is an active and ongoing criminal investigation. We strongly encourage anyone with information and/or complaints about Mr. Glawson on this case to call our detective division, 401-764-5346. 401-764-5346. Thank you.
Colonel, do you have reason to believe that there are other victims out there?
I'm going to turn those questions over to Major Tim Sanzi, who's the commander of the Detective Division.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Major Timothy Sanzi. I'm the commanding officer of the Rhode Island State Police Detective Bureau. I just want to preface any future questions or idea of questions that this investigation is active and ongoing and sensitive in nature. The main purpose of this conference today is to inform the public of the seriousness of this investigation and to explore and get some assistance and insight in order to further it, if necessary. I'm not going to discuss anything about the allegations, the victims associated with this, but I'll take a few questions outside of that.
Yeah, in legal terms, looking at this case, you said some of the victims said they were sexually abused by Mr. Glawson back in the 80s. Is there a statute of limitation on this?
The statute actually varies going back to the 1980s through there's various statutes. But presently, there's no statute of limitations on first-degree sexual assault.
Would you be able to tell us how many additional victims came forward?
I don't want to discuss that, ma'am, just out of the the fact that it's an ongoing investigation. I know there's a lot of additional questions pertaining to the investigation, but I really have to keep it intact as far as the integrity of it.
And if there's a future victim they're concerned, if any, for anonymity, how would you address that? They're afraid that their name's gonna get out or something. You're gonna encourage any future victims to notify you, and that's as far as the
Well, we handle a lot of sensitive investigations, and we respect the concerns of the victim.
Can you say whether DCYF is involved with any of these new cases? Because I know they were involved with the first victim.
Not at this time. But
You can't
again,
say-
but again, there's a lot of different agencies that are involved that are assisting, and we're working on this as we speak.
I missed the last few words. You said the reason you were bringing this forward was, and it was active, ongoing, and sensitive in nature, and the reason you were bringing it forward was.
Well, to inform the public, make them aware of the seriousness of some of the allegations. And the concerns that we have as a public safety agency for the public.
And in hopes that more people will come forward if they are there.
Well, we just want to do a thorough investigation and an honest investigation.
A few weeks ago, for a status hearing for Mr. Glawson, he seemed extremely confused and didn't have an attorney at that time. Does he now have an attorney?
I believe there was a status hearing for him to obtain an attorney. And again, that was pushed off again today. So he's not obtained an attorney yet.
Okay.
But that's not a matter for us, that's a matter for the Public Defender's Office.
And he is aware of these new charges, Mr. Lawson?
Yes, he was arraigned this morning in Washington County Court on the additional charges. Okay?